KRMB 125522, Saquarema City, December 25, 2021. We will present here the evaluation of this conjuncture to become a criminal conjuncture. First thing of all, we will consider that, uh, let's suppose that you are doing a not authorized collective data, and you check at the provider my login at the account, which is an exclusive service by payment that I'll do as a consumer. And you discover that I had a repeater logged to have the access as Ethernet. And you had a brilliant idea, which was do again, considering that this could be under monitoring procedure in other cities like Rio de Janeiro, which is cloning the access of this repeater. And then we will have this situation here, which is my access to the internet considering the providers. And here is my repeater as a box that I have inside this connection, and it's okay because I'm doing this payment. And you, by your great and greatest intelligence level as criminal authority, will consider have this box here connected with other uh, uh, line, I would say, as connection, which is a cloned access with the same name, same thing, everything. And I have connections at this box, which is a repeater, and I cut the spread, the signal spread. You can have this. It means that you are having a systematical behavior. You are doing, a drill down inside my communication service, despite I raise the level of security or create barriers to have the access of things as my private life, for instance, have the transference of a picture of my family or something like this. If you are a criminal, you will act in the way criminals do, even if you are inside the public department or the corporate office. You are under cowardice, under oppression. Sometimes people will put a dick in your head and you will kind of act like this because you have no will as a piece inside this criminal scam. Then, sometimes you have drug problems and dependence in all levels, plus corruption. And this is the idea. This is the repeater. Use it, you know, and I'm connected right now. But if this repeater, when you are doing this for the, second time as siege, considering events on Rio de Janeiro, maybe we had two clusters of information during this collective data by abuses at the communication service, and abuse implies the risk in the same way, and I have the right as compensation. If this risk affects my private life and my private living, and I'm doing things sometimes with other interests, got affected for sure. And this, smart solution that you have maybe will be another argument to have your criminal conviction, which is a consequence at this causal relation inside the financial paper, which has an origination as my right as compensation, considering interest on my private activity as doing a research that you consider the big bullshit in Brazil. But why we are having this situation as something so concrete? Because you had failures on the institution that presented on present time the evaluation of one specific conjuncture since 1988, which was the new order as constitution. We will consider that this accusation will be, you know, you will kick this from 2021 up to 2024, 2024 up to 2028. And during all this period, we have 1988. By interval, segments are quite clear. Using the DBS, we will have the A as 2021, 2024. B as 2024, 2028. And the period that is, in all this area is our constitution, giving the trace as traced pattern A small letter B, which is the constitution associated at these two both periods. You will consider have a new constitution, but this constitution on present time has a guarantee that this won't have suffer any kind of consequence. But it's you will say that's the law, and you will have a new constitution. You must buy, you know, this bait, I would say, because you will be boxed. Sign a new constitution as a criminal conjuncture with evaluation since the corruption inside the regular department until the criminal will. I really suggest you to do this. It will be much more easy the work to put you on jail. So, we will check another thing, which is the pattern of evaluation that you have. This is your constitution, 1988. And inside you had a lot of, you know, law as your legal system. And you had failures at this law by the activism and the dubious judicial perception as a circle, and you consider have a, a transformation at your constitution, and you are forming circles inside your squares as constitutional square, and then you violate now the rights, putting bubbles inside the squares, you violate the law. And putting is a bubbles as conglomerate of bubbles as microcosmos, and with the transformation of your constitution you are violating guarantees. And we are on 2020. The violation of law at public departments points to positive 1, internal value negative 1, and had a period until 2020. And on 2020, you consider violate guarantees by the transformation of your constitution, sometimes by a single decision of a unique chair that affect others' constitution, and had no courage to assume this by the value as loyalty and dignity presented as the integrated failure that you have not. Then you will check that now your constitution is formed with failures by the perception, and this failure integrated, as you can observe here, give us the qualification as a binary value, positive 1, internal value negative 1, motivation by criminals as concurrent interest to violate guarantees and have a new order formed by criminals. 0, 0. This is how the cabal have you. first conversation. If it's necessary, we had the second. Accusation ongoing.